Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It is Monday, June the 13th. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, and I hope everybody's going to have a great start to your week. The time for getting your way is past, Harry and Meghan. Take your family and go home. And our kitty Pearl is saying hello. I know. Say hello. Thank you for your kindness that you've shown me in the comments and your emails. I'm sorry I'm still behind on answering some of your comments. I'll get caught up on those as soon as I can, and I hope you'll like and subscribe. And, of course, most of all, I want to thank each of you for watching and being here with me today. I was thinking about Harry and Meghan and just thinking about when they were over in the UK during the Jubilee, and how it seems like that there's always these secret things going on, or why they can never be above board. I know, sweetie. And it just dawned on me, and I thought, one of these days we will get the answers that we all seek. So I was thinking about a scripture that came to mind. For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. So one of these days, we may not know when, one of these days we'll get the answers to all of these questions. I truly believe that they can't keep them hidden forever. And all the things that make us question what they do is going to come out eventually. All right, let's go ahead and let's get started. And I'm just going to give you a quick update and recap on what's going on in the news from last night and today. So, all right, the Express says, no real the cat's distracted me. No real breakthrough. PrinceHarry saw the curtain come down in secret Jubilee meeting. So PrinceHarry, Meghan Markle were allegedly held a secret meeting with Prince Charles and the Queen at Platinum Jubilee, at which they were hoping for peace within the family, but were left disappointed as there were no touchy-feely vibes toward him, a royal commentator has claimed. And I had reported that previously, that they had a meeting at Clarence's house, and I think Harry wanted to kind of rehash the different things and was looking for an apology. And then even more so after they attended the service of Thanksgiving and saw that they were no longer seated with the senior working royals. And why they couldn't understand that, I have no idea. I mean, they've got to understand that you can't live in another country, not be a part of the family, not do anything to help, and to be so divisive behind the scenes that, that they're not going to be bothered by that. I mean, really, the nerve of them. So it just goes on to say, and this was by a royal commentator that had talked about this. Christopher Anderson, an American-British journalist, told Royally U.S. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle held that pre-functionary meeting with Prince Charles during the Jubilee celebrations, hoping for a rapprochement with family. He claimed that the meeting, it was clear that the curtain has come down on the possibility of harmony between the father and son. Well, I don't think that there's, the curtain has come down on them making peace or having harmony, but I think the fact of them getting their way and being treated like they're someone special whenever they come over for these family functions, I think that time has passed, and I just don't think that they'll be allowed back in. They've done so many things now that, and the worst part of it all is they haven't asked for forgiveness. They haven't said once that they're sorry, and they're looking for the family to offer an apology to them. I don't think so. He goes on to talk about and says Charles' late ex-wife, Diana, would be heartbroken by the state of relations between the two boys. Well, I'm sure she would be, but I don't think she would be going to William and saying, you need to apologize, you need to make this right. I think she'd be going to Harry and saying, what in the world are you doing? I mean, you're destroying the family, and you're doing it on a public stage. Harry's created all of this with his wife, in my opinion. So George, Charlotte, and Louis, the reason for Cambridge's move out of confined London. So it's saying that it's official as of today that they've made up their mind that Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, Prince William are due to move out of their Kensington Palace residence and out of London for the sake of their children, reports the State. So over the summer, the royals will reportedly move to the Windsor estate with Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Louis, and change their prep school to Thomas's Battersea to enroll in September at the school, and Prince Louis, who has also captured the heart of the nation with his cheeky facial expressions at the Jubilee, will be joining his older siblings. So it looks like that they're going to be moving in with the Queen. I know we've heard all these rumors going back and forth, and other estate properties that they may be staying on. But I think this is the best. And then Charles and Camilla will eventually move into Buckingham Palace, and that way Windsor will be occupied by them. And if they want to leave later, they could always go to Clarence House. But I think this will give them more privacy. I think that they will just be able to have more family members come and stay with them. Kate's family, can come and stay, and different people who are close to them. So I think this is a great idea. So it looks like this is going to happen. So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle reportedly only got 15 minutes with the Queen last weekend. It was quick, in and out job, and it was all quite formal. Well, the Queen wasn't feeling well. She had even backed out of some of the events that were planned because of her mobility. One of the couple's highlights of their time in the UK, Shirley, was introducing 1-year-old Lilibet Diana to her namesake, the Queen, at Windsor Castle. Her Majesty's familiar nickname is Lilibet, which we know all that. And it says Her Majesty had seen great-grandson Archie in person since the Sussex stepped back, or had not seen him, so this was the first time. Still haven't gotten anything official from the palace saying this meeting took place, but a lot of people reporting it. And this, and like some of the others, they use kind of very careful wording that would make you think it was planned, and as far as we know, they went. But as more details emerged from last weekend, according to The Sun, the Sussexes and the Queen didn't have much time together, only about 15 minutes, the outlet reports. Which, that's about all she needs. I mean, they've got to understand they're coming at the busiest time, and she also needs to rest, and so that she could participate at other events. Prince William and Kate Middleton skipping Lilibet's birthday wasn't an intended slight. They were just scheduled to appear in Wales. It bothers me how, I think it's the Mirror, the Express, and some of those, and the Guardian, more liberal type broadsheets and papers tend to kind of make it seem like that they were sliding them, or not wanting to go. They knew that they had all of these events scheduled. They had started working on the Jubilee. It was reported 18 months prior to it. And so they must have known that if they had even a few minutes downtime between going to multiple events during the day, that they would have needed to rest and kind of get their children situated and make sure that their needs were cared for. So I don't think it was a snub because we know that they had a million other things to do. Prince Harry, seen back in California for the first time since 10th reunion with the royal family at Queen's Jubilee. So Neil Sean was actually reporting for Fox News, so I wanted to let you know that this is coming from the United States. The royal was seen playing polo at Santa Barbara Polo and Racquet Club in Carpinteria, California, near Montecito, where he lives with his wife Meghan Markle and their 2 young children. So it just says he regularly competes in the polo tournaments at the club, and everyone treats him just like he's one of the guys. Well, good for him. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex flew to London last week for the Queen's celebrations and were seen off the balcony, yes, when they stood by a window to make sure that they got pictured during the Trooping of the Colour parade on June 2nd, while the senior royals waved to fans from the actual balcony at Buckingham Palace. They also skipped participating in the parade with the senior royals, who arrived via horseback and horse-drawn carriages. No, I think you're mistaken there, and I'm pretty sure that they weren't invited to do it. They only had the senior working royals that were riding in the carriages. They didn't have the other prince or princesses riding along with them, so they didn't skip it. They weren't invited. And then they were supposed to go to the parade, but left on Sunday at about 1:30 p.m., as it would have been starting just a little bit after that. Also, they didn't go to the luncheon after the Thanksgiving service at St. Paul's, and they didn't attend the Platinum Jubilee celebration, which I don't know why they wouldn't want to attend that with all of those superstars and from around the world to attend a once-in-a-lifetime event. But I guess they were upset after they had left. Prince William is still deeply upset about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's royal exit. I would be too, and everything that they've done. Sad news from the trenches of the royal family feud gossip mill. Things are apparently still very strained between Prince William and Prince Harry after the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. According to a new report from The Sun, Will and Harry have spent approximately 0 minutes hanging out. Well, I don't know how they could report all these negative things because there wasn't time for them, and they certainly didn't want to have a repeat of the last event that they attended as they were exiting the UK, and all of those, mean looks and, upset faces that everyone had to witness, especially with Harry. And then Meghan had that Cheshire cat smile on again, like the cat that ate the canary. Of course, it's all about a good photo for her. So according to a new report from The Sun, Will and Harry are said to have spent 0 time together. Let's see. And then it just talks about that they went back and they stayed at Frogmore and talked about their seating and how they were sitting far apart, which I think was a good thing. And I think it was a rude awakening for Harry and Meghan to see where they are as far as with the royal family, that they're no longer needed. They've said over and over, and were given not 1 year but 2 years to make a decision as to whether or not they wanted to remain in the U.S. and become independent, even though they still want to trade off the royal titles, which is wrong. And hopefully some things are going to begin to change. I really feel like a lot of this was put on hold until after the Jubilee, and now it's being reported that Harry's book, Penguin Publishing Company, Random House, were actually asking for the book to be sent back, and it's not the first time but the second time, for him to see what he can add to it. I imagine the ghostwriter is thinking, I don't want to have my name attached to this book as writing it, and it'd be a horrible flop, because that would hurt him in a professional sense. So we'll wait and see what he's able to add in, and they may just drop the deal altogether. And this is the month of June when Spotify, Meghan's Archetype podcast, we're going to be starting up again. So we'll have to wait and see if those are, because we know the minute that they air that they'll be all over the headlines of all the pages. But hopefully I know a lot more people in the U.S. are waking up to the realization, and you're still going to have some of those diehard fans of them because they don't know the ins and outs. They haven't been following them since 2016, and they don't know everything that they've done, and they've actually maybe just witnessed, what they saw in the Oprah interview and have taken their side just based on that. But hopefully more and more people are reading and seeing what's out there. But it's a shame that so much misinformation is actually put in the papers that people who don't want to have a desire to look beyond that and do research, that they won't know any different. It'll be just the what they've seen. So Harry and Meghan should be the ones apologizing, but they aren't. Then we have Cosmo. Lilibet had a pink cake covered in peonies for her first birthday party. And, of course, I just want to show you a picture of that, and that's the lady preparing the cake. But one of the things that I wanted to mention in my last video is, you know how Meghan wanted peonies? It was said to be her favorite flower, which I don't blame her. It's one of mine. And that they had quite a few incorporated in the decorations at their wedding. But this is her daughter's first birthday party. So why would you want a cake with all these peonies on it? Wouldn't you want something that's a little more childlike? It seems to me that the cake is more for Megan than it is for her daughter, Lily. That's just my opinion. So the New York Post, and again, more and more people are reporting what we're actually talking about. So remember when Harry and Meghan were standing outside and they were kind of getting the cold shoulder, and cousin Peter Phillips just kind of looked at him as they walked off, but Zara did speak to him, and Mike Tyndall kind of made himself busy talking to the gentleman that he's speaking with there. Self-destructive, Prince Harry wants apology for being ignored, royal experts claim. Well, he'll have a long wait. A furious Prince Harry was likely want apology amid reports that he was royally snubbed by Queen Elizabeth II and company at last week's Platinum Jubilee, according to self-proclaimed royal expert Angela Levin. So I do think that he is upset about it, but I think he had a rude awakening, and that they now realize, and by hearing the boos, whether they got the cheers too, but just seeing where they were seated with the family, I don't think that they expected that. I think they thought they would be marched right up the aisle, right behind William and Kate and in front of Edward and Sophie. But when are they going to wake up and realize that they've been gone for 2 years now, and that they're no longer a part of them? Their family, but they're not supposed to use their titles. And I'm surprised that they even let Harry wear his medals, honorary though they may be. One, I believe, is Afghanistan, and then there is the Platinum Jubilee, the Golden Jubilee, and I guess the Diamond Jubilee. And I believe the cross that he wears around his neck is basically the same as one of the other honorary titles. So for somebody who never really served on the front line, I just don't see why he's allowed to wear it. Oh, and then he has the one on the jacket too. So he just likes to feel important. And while it was said a while back that Harry wanted to get his military titles back and be able to be a part of that, I don't think he realizes that the military is the one that doesn't want him back, that they all see who he is, and they're all ashamed that he deserted his duty and honor, and the pledge that he made to for the Queen, his own grandmother. But anyway, I just wanted to say again, I'm sorry I'm behind on reading some of the comments. You know, I told you a little bit about what's going on with my mom, and I'm still just running back and forth and doing things to take care of her, and it's just kind of what's not left me with a lot of time. So I'm still trying to keep up and make videos, so I'll work in time to get to answer all of your comments and messages and emails. I think I've got all the emails caught up and pretty much on the social media. I may have a couple more left there, so I just have to get back to the comments on YouTube. And I want to thank Fraud and Corruption and give a shout out to them. They're the ones, and I'll put this report up sometime. I've got it. I just haven't made a video on it yet. Their YouTube channel, and they've been reporting some of the new reports about the squad and Boozy and some of those people that are trying to have us removed, and that's okay. We're on their report, but I'm following the rules and the guidelines, and I've been working with YouTube and trying to make them aware of what's going on and sending them information, and hopefully that'll make a difference. And I guess that's about it, but I will be back as soon as I can. Everyone, have a great day. Thank you so much for being here, for being my friend, and for watching, and I'll see you very soon.